Okay, in this step we're going to return to the guardrails that we formed first off in our construction. We're just going to place them in the fixture, into the grooves, and solder them in place. This is pretty straightforward. They should just drop right in the grooves nice. And I like to ensure they're down in the groove and flat with a tool like this, where I can put a little bit of pressure on top of the rail and just kind of wiggle back and forth here, just to make sure that we're in the fixture and it is seated. Because if they go in crooked, it'll affect the flangeway and it'll affect the performance of the turnout. Okay, I'm just going to solder this in place. Same process as before, a little bit of flux and a quick solder joint. Only need to solder on one side of the rail. We can't solder on the other side anyways, because we'd be down in the flangeway. So I'm doing that. As I'm doing this, I'm holding that rail flat with my finger, and I'm going to put a little, do this solder joint right here. And that's good. And we'll do the first one here. All right. And I'll turn the fixture around and solder this one in place. And I'm just going to use my scribe again just to make sure that we are, yeah, it feels good. It's sitting down there nice and flat. A little bit of flux. And a quick solder joint here. Hold it down flat with my finger and solder it in place. And this one here. Nice and soldered. There we go. Nice happy solder joint there. Okay, those two guardrails are now in place. The fixture has set the width of our flangeway for us very precisely. This little web in between the grooves will ensure that the guardrail is spaced accurately from our stock rails. This is a critical area of the turnout, and this is where a fixture really helps. It gets all this geometry perfect without much effort at all. So the next step is to just solder in our frog points.